So, a little bit belated, but either way, welcome everyone, both players and viewers alike, to the Road to DreamHack Austin series hosted by Freedom of Cerus Gaming. Today is going to be some of the most intense Counter-Strike action available in the Texas area. We have 16 teams duking it out for the grand prize of 5 premium BYOC tickets to DreamHack Austin, along with $1,500 in travel support. But that's not the only prize we're going to give away, and it's not all going to the players. We have a ton of giveaways going on all the tournaments, so be sure to stay tuned and check in to see if you can win some of that sweet swag. And we open it up really quickly with a kill. Aggressive stuff from Wing Camel here, moving on towards B site. Might be able to spot Dr. Hippo, gets the shoulder, but not the shot off. Now he's moving in to find depths. He's unable to get anything though, but this is not looking good for Cucks and Taters. They do have control of both sites, but they don't necessarily have the range advantage that they would on most CT maps. And with the head towards A, it looks like they're going to go into 2. They spot the man behind truck. Rough stuff, but Gideon takes down 2. Candy Klutz and MGS fan both fall to him. And now it's the retake.
Winged Camel working his way around, trying to find his way up. He finds one in bathrooms, now he's working up towards A. He's got to deal with 2 here.
This is the exact same situation they had to go through to take the site. Let's see if he can learn a thing or two from his own teammates. Wing Camel, suspicious of truck, but goes behind boxes. He's just narrowly missing the shots.
Gideon's hiding. He just got a spot though. They both hear the defuse. He gets one.
Is Wing Camel going to clutch this out? No, he won't. Gideon drops him for the first round of the half, heading right towards Revenant. Looks like they might be able to overcome that 6-9 disadvantage.
Nice little start there. Should buy them a couple rounds here.
Yeah, the CZ75 definitely making its place known in the meta. We see one picked up in the hands of Cucks and Taters. Other than that, a couple of deagles, a little bit of utility, not a lot, but UMPs pretty much across the board except for Gideon. There's a few kills that last round, made him afford a Galil. And now they head out. Looks like a B stack, but they might not be able to catch them if they go towards A. It looks like that's what they're going for with the Lurker and I Am Magic. Heading up towards underground. This could be a crazy peek, but instead they spot and prove from underground, and now they're all trapped. They're all funneled down here. A single grenade could take the whole team down. They do manage to get 2 for their trouble, though. But now they're down on a man. And it looks like they're actually going to be the ones retaking the site. This is not the position you want to be in on a CT, especially on a site like A, where there's really only 2 angles of attack, and they have the information on where they're all from.
And they're split even right now, 2-2, long and short.
Good shot from Candy Klutz, takes down depths, but there's still men on site. Let's see if they can get the defuse. No kits, that's 10 seconds they're going to have to guard their defuser. Dr. Hippo coming around, not moving towards the bank, moving towards dumpster, but he gets caught down. And it looks like this defuse is successful. Not even a save from Revenant there. Fantastic situation for Cucks and Taters. They just couldn't read it on the stack on B site.
Let's see if the current meta holds with what happened earlier. So looking at the scoreline, they won their first round but then lost second. So now they're just doing the reverse. CT's taking that second round even after T's winning that first round.
Yeah, it looks like some very powerful ecos coming out from Revenant in the past, so it looks like Cucks and Taters might be taking a note from their own playbook.
Dep's bringing out that AK.
Heavy movement towards B sites, nades and utility out, but that MP9 in the corner is going to catch 1. He's going to catch 2, not quite, but he gets him down very low at 2. And Wing Camel finishes him off. Bomb plant going down, depths, watching towards sandbags, just hoping to catch this last man out. MGS, he does have a Galil, so he's got plenty of ammunition. And a little bit of utility left. That Molotov could come in handy. Right now it's just blocked off. Heads towards Monster Mount. Depths is going to be waiting for him, though. Actually, he's in sandbags, and Magic picks him off right out of the smoke. And that's going to be another round for Revenant. And they bounce back and forth in this first half. Or this second half, rather. Alright, so now we see a pretty comprehensive buy coming out from Revenant. They have the money saved up from those 2 rounds, along with the AK that they saved from the last, so they are able to pick up a few more rifles. UMPs for them mostly. For Cucks and Taters, they also got a pretty good buyout too. Not a lot of utility, but they do have the M4 in the hand of Epic Sock Zebra. Another rifle for MGS fan. Good nade, spots him out, brings him down to 75, and that gives him a little bit of info, but it's not going to be enough. The lurk here from Magic could be big as they head towards long. He drop down, and did they not even notice? No, he decided to head towards long. A lot more conservative position, and now the CTs are kind of realizing they have no idea where the T's are until it's too late. Candy Clutch, straights for one. Crew goes down. Wing Camel manages to drop as well, and now it's a 4v2 in favor of Revenant.
Beautiful take of the site right there. Now they've got pushed out. Epic Sock Zebra sitting at the back.
Ooh, gets caught in the back by MGS fan. Fantastic rotate from him as Epic Sock Zebra comes in. He manages to spot the T behind, but a little bit of potato there. Does manage to take him out, so now it's a 1v2 situation.
Shot from the corner. Nothing he could do there as Adderall just put him down.
Yeah, Revenant is doing a really good job of not only getting the fast takes onto the site, but also just holding those really tight angles, playing very patiently. Combine that with decent aim.
Gotta put some of that on Cucks and Taters, though, unfortunately, just not holding their sights. They're forcing themselves to have to do the retake here.
Yeah, a couple of their players, Epic Sock Zebra and MK Crew, or M
They're
Crew
going for a
run.
B-stack again.
Yeah, this didn't work out very well for them last time, but it looks like they will be able to catch the T's off guard here. Nades over Monster Mouth, plenty of setups. Epic Sock Zebra and Wing Camel unfortunately get caught by the flash. Bloodbath on site as 5 men fall, and now the 2v3.
Right now. Now 2v2 in the smoke. Somebody got greedy trying to go for the knife there. It looks like that was MGS fan.
Yeah, those sightlines look more like spaghetti than what they're supposed to look like. So, looks like we have a technical pause. Not entirely sure what's going on with the players. So, hopefully we get this match resumed quick. We do see the drop from C&T.
While we got this pause going on, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mothership Books and Games for giving us so many giveaway items. Thank you to them.
Yeah, later we're going to be giving away a ton of tabletop gaming equipment, everything from some ClickSpade stuff to some card game stuff. So huge shout out to any of the sponsors who have helped contribute, and these are all prizes that you on the stream can win. These are giveaways that we're going to be doing all tournament long. So not only should you keep watching, but invite your friends, win some free swag.
And if you win some swag and you haven't played D&D before, you've got a place you can always check it out. Mothership Books and Games does offer multiple games per week. Come find a time. At least watch a game if you haven't played before.
Yeah, it can be a ton of fun. It's just a matter of finding the right place. And Mothership is a great place to learn the basics as well as the advanced methods of D&D, so you and your friends can have a great time.
It looks like we're hopping in back in here. 15 seconds to go. Oh, we have another pause again.
Train stuff, also by C&T this time.
Winged Camel's the only one right now without a buy. Curious to see if he's going to pick one up.
Yeah, 4,500 in the bank, and an impressive scoreline to it. They definitely want to get a rifle in his hands. But unfortunately, we weren't here to see the first half. But looking at the kill scores right now, MGS fan is going huge for Cucks and Taters, definitely keeping them alive in the game. But also, Revenant has their own star player in the form of Gideon. Constantly been getting those rifles. 22 and 12 for the scoreline. Fantastic, as well as a couple of assists.
Surprising the scoreline where it is.
Yeah. I mean, both of these teams seem like they're kind of built around certain methods, certain plays. It looks like someone's going to the restroom. Or a Red Robin. Or R could stand for many things.
I mean, who doesn't want a burger with a fried egg on top, right?
They got these bottomless fries now, right? Which I can't help but feel is a business mistake. Because you know there's going to be that one guy who just gets the bottomless fries, sits there for like 4 hours and leaves.
But you got him in the door. So the goal is upsell from there.
Oh, of course. They're probably going to need, you know, a nice drink to go with that. Maybe a burger as a side to their bottomless fries, but come on. Bottomless fries, it's too good of a deal. We do see the rifle coming out on Wing Camel now. Only a FAMAS in his hand. 17-15 on the scoreline indicates he does need something to himself, but mostly utility for him, and not a whole lot for Cucks and Taters.
Revenant fully stocked up there. 4 grenades and AKs across.
These last few rounds have been very economically pleasant to them. And what looked like a pretty decent bias in favor of Cucks and Taters is actually turning into a pretty even game. I also want to give a huge shout out to these guys for having the very professional clan tag and everything, along with the name like Cucks and Taters. I have a feeling Kunderthox, another team participating in Road to DreamHack, doesn't have such a professional tag system. So now we see them heading off towards a fairly even split. We see the lurk again from Magic towards B site, just trying to prevent any aggression, any kind of powerful lurking from the CTs. And we do see them stationed up towards bathrooms, but not in long, which is where a good majority of the Ts are coming in. It might be a flank here from Depths, though. If he can spot MGS out without him expecting it and get that kill, that could be huge. He spots him, but just at the wrong time, and now the duel ensues. Not a lot of health left on MGS fan.
Camel and crew watching here long. They're able to get the flash down, but they lose one in sight that was hiding in bathroom. Now down to one. It's going to be 4-on-1 pushing on this site quickly as CT tries to rotate around.
Dr. Hippo
picks up the nice little headshot there.
Yeah, that's two very tight angles from him. Manages to secure the site, basically, and that push through long means that CT is pretty much caught out. Dr. Hippo picking up a 3-piece with fries and a biscuit for himself. Can he make it a 4?
He's trying to find it, but he's just not in the right place at all. And there's Magic picking it up.
Cannon Klutz was in a rough situation there, the 1v5. You can't expect to win those. A little bit of economic damage, but they have such a bank pulled up that I don't even think it matters. Yeah, he just lost his AK. He decides, you know what? I'll go for the op.
They are absolutely dominating right now. Last 4 rounds in a row. If they can get one more, it'll tie the longest streak that Cucks and Taters had when they were in the earlier rounds.
Yeah, 5 rounds is the longest that they could go. But what's interesting is, in a lot of the rounds in the first half, when Cucks and Taters were kind of just, you know, a little bit of an advantage, a lot of it came down to the bomb, whether it got defused, whether it went off. But here it's just raw frags and power. A little bit of team damage there. Adderall and Magic both pick up one of their own. Magic doubling his score.
4 down. Bomb's gonna get down, and MG's fan is not even close.
This is looking very rough for him. He is probably the best player in Cucks and Taters Envoy, but 1v4, even with Depths at 12 HP, a little bit on Magic. I mean, that's a tall order. He might just be saving for the deal. They are going to have enough money for the next round to have at least a couple of guns, maybe a, maybe not M4s, but they are going to have rifles in their hands, some FAMASs.
It'll be a question though, do they take the save?
Well, he manages to do a little.
13. Yeah, gets a nice little free one out of Magic and decides to run away.
Yeah, I don't think they were anticipating the peek through sandbags. I think since it was so late in the bomb timer, they just were expecting a save. So the fact that he's able to go out there, do a little bit of economic damage, and save the deagle for himself means a lot. And that deagle could facilitate maybe a naked op buy, and we see one on Epic Sock Zebra right now. No helmet armor for him. Good tip for the CTs here. Not all of them are buying helmet armor because the AKs and the ops used by Revenant here are going to one-shot headshot anyway. So it's a nice little way to save some money on the side, maybe contribute to rounds later.
Another point of note, Depths did die there at the end of that round. So they
did he die from the bomb?
Loss. He did die from the bomb. He did not get far enough away. So they ended up effectively taking out 2 and only leaving up 2 out of the 4.
Yeah, that huge bank we were talking about earlier, not as good, especially when Gideon's on the op. Big kill on MGS fan, and that could definitely open up the site. We don't see the rotate yet.
Trying to come up here through connector.
We see Epic
Sock shot at bomb.
Ooh, good molly.
Down by Adderall.
Yeah, there just wasn't the refrag option. Running through the molly would have been so much damage, and then just one AK bullet to the chest away. So fantastic positioning by Dr. Hippo, but this is not looking good for him. Candy Klutz takes down 2 for troubles, and now it's a 3v3.
And there's the bomb down in connector as well. Taking down 1 in tunnels.
Candy Klutz with a very, very clutch position here. Gideon's not even going to see her by the time it's too late. Flash comes out, but fantastic positioning. The refrag was perfect, but it wasn't good enough. Cucks and Taters finishes out the round and breaks Revenant's streak.
Yeah, Candy Klutz and Wing Camel there working nice together, getting a nice double shot where all they had to do was spray and pray and hit everything.
That was such a good positioning. That's one of those positionings that you see someone do for the first time and you think to yourself, huh, and now that's the position you hold every single time. Because we saw how powerful it was against there. You can't refrag the position. Barely any of you's exposed. Just great situational.
That quick trigger finger.
Yeah, that great situational awareness by Candy Klutz. And it looks like that might have been the confidence that they have. They're being a little bit more conservative now, not really aggressively lurking in bathrooms. They do have the man underground, but it's going to be a heavy rotate if they hope to defend against this A-side push.
starting to rotate back around, but actually no, I lied. Imkaru not moving.
Smoke just
Pushing
a little bit too
bomb.
late. Depths with the confidence, but it's not enough. He's able to peek through the smoke and take down the op, but it's not enough. They have 2 on site, so now the 3v3 situation, but Epic Sock Zebra with that op is going to be controlling those sidelines. Crew decides he's not one to be looked over either.
Dr. Hippo's going to bring the bomb all the way back out of long A. And maybe right back to it. He's going to have Epic Sock Zebra. He's going to be in the disadvantage here working against an op.
It's the 1v1 situation, but going for long gives him a nice easy sideline, and he's unable to pick him off. So Wing Camel does his part on B side, ends the round 12-12. Looks like Cucks and Taters not going down without a fight.
And there was that money situation I was talking about. Depths really should be able to buy here, or at least buy for somebody else. But because he had that extra round of buying, just unable to do anything here.
Yeah, only 2K to his name. He's got to pick up... He decides to not pick up anything, really. I guess a P250. But other than that, it's not a whole lot.
75 for Adderall.
He's been doing a lot. We've seen him pick up this gun multiple times in the past. I think we even saw it on the second on the eco round, where they were very successful. But this is
here through connector.
Yeah, this is an interesting strat. I guess they're playing strat roulette in the background too. But they're going to be running right into a semi-stack. 3 men on site and a quick rotate coming in from Wing Camel. Trades for 1.
At the moment. Should be able to get the bomb down.
Oh, the rotate from M4, the triple spray from MGS Fan. Denies the plant. Wow. I mean, I know it was an anti-eco, but just the spray transfer between not 1, not 2, but just 3 opponents, that's got to be earth-shattering for them. They were so close to getting that economic just foot in the door, and then it's just shut right on their toes.
That's what he's talking about there. Get yourself that bomb down. If you don't know, you get the little extra money just for planting it, even if you're not going to get it all. You want to try and pick up anything you can there.
But MGS denying even the slightest foothold they can gain. Also, breaking the 30 bomb for him, 31 kills for him, and only 17 deaths. Great play from him in this first game in this best-of-3 series. And McCrew might be caught out by the man coming through Monster Mouth on smoke, but Magic can't put the bullets in the right places. Natterall's going to get the refrag. They look towards heaven. Not a whole lot, and MGS is going to have to get another triple kill if he hopes to secure this round for his team.
Sitting on just a Colt versus 3 AKs and full utility. He's got something himself. Manages to pick out depths.
Good angle. Gideon trying to get the refrag, but the angle's just a little bit too tight. Great positioning from MGS, but let's see if he can cause this 1v2 to turn into a 1v1. Drops down into pools. Adderall might not be expecting this. That silent movement, not a whole lot of sound created by the drop. Is he gonna go for the sneak defuse? He gets the... Oh my god, he died to the fire? MGS!
What a triple combo. Picks up the first with the Colt in heaven, picks up the op off that guy, makes a beautiful fire before the smoke. They come out looking for the smoke defuse, eats the... Wow.
Yeah, 3 tools, 3 kills. MGS Fan, team on his back, dragging them, kicking and screaming to victory in this game 1.
He may
So
have to pull a
12-14?
40 bomb. He may have to go 40 kills for them to win this game.
If he keeps getting triple kills consistent, he'll get it before the end of the game. 34 kills on him already. And the rest of his team isn't even slacking necessarily. They're all doing a good job. MGS Fan with the aggressive peek manages to get 1 behind Found and gets away completely scot-free behind the smoke.
Seems like you may have heard my words, and he absolutely wants to get that 40 frag now.
It's a good bragging point anyway. Whoa, the no-scope by Epic Sock Zebra through the smoke takes down Dr. Hippo. Great stuff from him. A little bit lucky, though. All of a sudden, what looked like a pretty decent situation for Cucks and Taters. That looks like a great one.
A couple members pushing up A short, but what they don't know is they're going into a triple stack here at A.
Yeah, and that fast rotation means that they're going to have quite the uphill battle. The only one poking towards them is Gideon. One of the best fraggers on REVENANT side. Let's see if he can win this aim duel, but the angle for MGS Fan.
Calls for the op. He picks one. Gideon
Need a
takes him
double.
down in response. But now it's a 4-on-1.
Yeah, Magic, we've seen
Very
some really
strong
good rotates. We've seen some good rotates from Magic. This isn't a strong suit. He might be able to spot Crew coming up, though. Gets the angle, but will it be enough?
Gonna go long here. Yep. Wants to transfer around. Just making enough noise. He's
Okay,
gonna
he's
have
hitting
a
back
participant.
towards... Yeah, the sideline of Wing Camel's about to be filled with T. He doesn't peek out quite
Flanked and
enough.
pinked.
Yeah, that's rough stuff from him. But Cucks and Taters on the cusp of victory here against Revenant in Game 1.
Would you frag a teammate?
Would I frag a teammate?
Round? I mean, it is a tournament with real prizes, but would you frag a teammate to try and get up to 40? If MGS fan can't get all 4.
Here's the thing, though. It's a spiritual 40 bomb, you know? It's not a real one. Oh, bad molly there. Now Cloud9 won a major, you can too. So now it looks like Revenant's running through. He's only on 9 HP after that boost, and he doesn't even spot anyone. Gets shot through the smoke by M Crew. Risky move from him doesn't pay off.
CEVO, they've got the bomb now. Rush coming back in. Magic and Dr. Hippo each pick up 1. Hippo goes down.
No 40 bomb from MGS, but a great game overall for Cucks and Taters. 16-12 here on Train in the first map of the first round of Road to DreamHack Austin. And I think we'll be back very soon with the next game. Until then, stay tuned.
Just 2 more to get connected back in here. Again, we're in the second match of the first round between Cucks and Taters and Revenant. Cucks and Taters did take the first round, and they'll appear to be starting on T this side.
Yeah, it was a not super handily round. The first half on Train, they did manage to take the CT side and did pretty well in 9-6 after them. But Revenant didn't go down without a fight. I'm not sure whose map pick this is. I assume it's Revenant as they lost the first. So this could be a big change. Train is, or not Train, Overpass is not a map that a ton of teams prepare for quite as much as Cache. It's not the Cache Dust 2 Mirage kind of trio of excellence. So I'm interested to see how their strats are going to work here, especially since Revenant is a little bit strange with their CT sides, being very aggressive, a lot of lurk and rotate plays. And that could make or break them here on Cache, where I think individual skill matters a lot more than teamwork.
The other interesting thing could be if MGS fan and his crew clearly like leading bomb when they're CT, they like pushing aggressive, so if they don't take enough rounds here and they try to play that same style, it could hurt them in the second half.
Yeah, those few rounds where they did get caught off on Overpass, the first map, which they did eventually win, in their all fairness. But Cache is not... It's more expected, and it's a lot more punished for you to, you know, smoke and pop flash into main, or for you to smoke and pop flash towards B main. There's a lot of things that you kind of expect, even in pubs and in pro games that they're going to try to pull that stuff. I can expect a lot more of a response from Cucks and Taters.
Just waiting on Gideon to hop in here.
And one of the star players of last game, unfortunately overshadowed by the insane performance of MGS Fan 876. 36 kills to his name, and all of them enemies. We anticipated him almost dropping a 40 bomb, didn't we? And it wasn't.
I thought it was very possible, especially after that triple kill.
Yeah, he got, I think, a triple kill, and then another triple kill, and then another, I think, a double kill after that. And then I think that was it for the round, but that definitely indicated just how much prowess as a player he has.
The fire alone and the patience to throw 2 grenades and force everybody out worked just absolutely perfect.
That was a nuts round. That's going in a combo video for, excuse me, a frag video for sure. Sorry, fighting game caster by nature. But either way, great stuff from him. 3 weapons, 3 tools, 3 kills.
Oh, I see what we've got going on here. Somebody's on the wrong team.
Is it Epic Sock Zebra? I've never seen bot Donlon before. Is that a new one?
Unfortunately, you're asking the wrong guy on that one.
Bot Don. That's not even a name. That sounds like a drink you would order in like a foreign cafe. Donlon.
Sounds like it'd have a lot of booze too.
A Donlon. Should be 2 words. But Gideon has joined in, so it looks like Revenant and Cucks and Taters are both on their, you know, sides that they're supposed to be on. Revenant 3 out of 5 rocking the team logo, which I think is the golden ratio.
grabbing some gear. Looks like one defuse kit coming out for CT here on Epic Sock Zebra. He's in on 2 flashes and 3 armors.
We saw in the first map, we had multiple rounds, especially in the first half when Cucks and Taters were on CT, where it came down to the bomb. There were at least 2 rounds where the bomb went off, the defuse wasn't enough in the first half when they were playing CT. So maybe they're kind of taking that into account, trying to get a little bit more utility, but other way, the push towards B is coming out.
They've got 3 that way. They lose 1. Adderall tries to push in. He gets headshot.
Yeah, that looked like such a confident push, but they just got repelled by that headshot.
Now they're rotating out back, though. They decided they needed to get out of there. Dr. Hippo's running away. He's being caught out. Taken down by Z Connector.
Yeah, the long-range taps there with the USPS, that's definitely what the weapon is more suited towards as compared to the Glock. So Winged Camel and his teammate were able to take down 2 in mid, and that closed out the round. Was there even a single death from Cucks?
There was not. There was not. Winged Camel got down to 14 HP, but all of them are going to be able to save off of that. Looks like we do pick up 1 Colt, a FAMAS, and then a couple SMGs from there. A second FAMAS finally.
A little bit of friendly trash talk by Cucks and Taters. A little bit of teammate support stroking the ego M crew, but here comes the push, and looks like they're headed right towards mid, and MGS with FMOS might just be able to tear through them. He's able to spot the feed through the smoke, and that's 2 for him. And suddenly bombs down mid, what looked like a decent eco round. Doesn't look like anything at all.
MG's fan suddenly right back where he was last game. Already starting to kill here. He's looking around. He can both items there.
Yeah, long-range MP9 is not suited for that kind of engagement. Gideon, lurking towards A main, might be able to spot out the CT rotate from Wing Camel.
Dr. Hippo taken down.
Yeah, and here's Gideon here. He might be able to spot Candy Klutz or Winged Camel on A's site. It's just a matter of patience. J-Bomb, however, has none and gets picked off by M Crew 1.
Candy Klutz looking for the last guy here in the corner. But Winged Camel's going to run in there first and decide to take down Gideon.
Yeah, I can only imagine the heart attack Candy Klutz had. She just barely spotted his big toe sticking out as soon as the teammate walked in there. She's probably freaking out over voice comms.
I'd have spammed my own teammate there.
You ever get a collat through your own teammate? That's a weird feeling. You feel good because you got the collat, but you feel bad because it's your teammate. But if it's your friend, you just feel good.
Looks like Adderall picked himself up a P250, otherwise no buys at all from Cerus, and they're pushing here heavily for B. Bomb is going squeaky, though.
Whoa.
All by himself, so they're trying to force a lot of noise here.
Yeah, team kill from Gideon, a little bit too bloodthirsty. Now the rotate's coming out. Candy Klutz with that MP9 in that short hallway can just absolutely shred with that big kill reward. It can mean a lot.
Campbell's going to have a one-on-one. He gets the spam and spray down.
They managed to get the fake off on A's site, so the bomb is down. A little bit of money in the pocket, but Revenant not putting up the frags that we're used to. As a matter of fact, looking at the kill score, they have, as a team, -1 kills because Gideon accidentally got that frag on his own teammate. Things are not looking good.
But we do have the buys coming in here now. There we see all the money just tick nice away.
Yeah, look at all that utility. 1,600 left on Magic, and if they win this next round, it's going to be even more. We see limited utility on Gideon, but that op pickup likely to head towards either mid or towards A site, depending on how they feel the T's are going to head to. And it looks like they are going to go for a split on those 2 locations, so the op is going to be useful either way.
One's sitting in the Z connector right now.
Information got by Winged Camel there, but he does have to retreat. Candy Klutz now super paranoid of A main, in case this is a split push that they're actually committing.
So boost up into vents, and that takes down J-Bomb.
Yeah, caught him just in time, and as they get the bomb towards B site, it looks like it's going to be an uphill battle, both metaphorically and literally, as Dr. Hippo gets picked off by Candy Klutz, but he manages to get the shot off. And now Revenant back in this game. Winged Camel, the only man left on site.
And there's the spray. Very good patience there by Dr. Hippo. He knew there was an extra one there, made sure he took him down.
The bomb is located where Epic Sock Zebra is going to be able to see most of the site. Get some damage on Gideon, but it's not enough, and they have the info. He might as well just save at this point, and indeed he does. He heads towards
got the op, and there it is. Yeah, he was watching that angle very tight.
Yeah, that was fantastic counterplay by Revenant. They've kind of seen how Cucks and Taters is so preserved, I guess, in their approaches. They don't want to head towards A main. They don't want to leak towards Squirky. Lurk towards Squeaky. So they're kind of taking advantage of that very defensive play. And just by playing super aggressive and rushing, they don't have time to get the utility down to their lurkers in play. So good stuff from Revenant. Let's see if they can replicate it.
Got full buy finally for the first time from Cucks and Taters. They've been trying to run MGs and they've been running lighter items, but finally, full calls it up.
Yeah, MGS
Dr.
going
Hippo
down early
throws
in the
a
round.
touchdown, and there's a pick in the vents. Epic Sock Zebra.
Yeah, trades on either side. Two of their big fraggers are both down on both teams.
That's 2 rounds in a row.
Do they know MCrew? Do they know MCrew's there? This rotate could be huge from MCrew if they catches them going up through highway.
Bomb's going down at A. Got one hiding squeaky, one coming short A.
Getting towards highway. One towards main, takes out the man at cap. Another 3v2 situation. They don't have sight control entirely yet. MCrew goes down. That potentially fatal flank earlier doesn't manage to pull through. Magic with the clever position, but it's not enough. Down to Candy Klutz. She's the left man standing left for Cucks and Taters. MCrew had such a good opportunity for a flank there in Z. When they were heading up towards highway, there wasn't a smoke blocking him, no nades, no one was watching the flank. But that conservativeness, that defensive play by Cucks and Taters, they won this round, but it could have been 4 men left standing, and instead it was just Candy Klutz. So a lot of buyout from them. Not entirely full though. MP9 on MCrew, hoping to maybe counter the eco, but he must have misread. Full armor, full helmets for all of the Revenant Tide.
Once again, the terrorists, Revenant just is intent on pushing up this mid and taking that control. They do manage to get 1-for-1 trade here.
Yeah, huge damage capitalized on by MGS, man. A little bit of team damage there. That's a 3-piece for him. And MCrew cleans it up with the MP9. That was just a whirlwind of a round, and that was supposed to be even. They both had guns. They all had armor.
MCrew right now has as many kills as more than the other team combined. Not saying a whole lot, unfortunately, right now. You know, 3 combined kills amongst 4 members of Revenant's really hurting right now. They're gonna have to pull something out, but they're on the save right now. 1 CZ 75. Otherwise, we're glockenspiels all around.
Yeah, Gideon has finally got himself to an even scoreline, 0-0 and 5, recounting for his -1 kill score earlier. And this was such a potent fragger last game.
Rush. That smoke. Candy Klutz picks up 1. He's looking for 2, but he gets taken down by himself by J-Bomb. Wayne Camel picks up the return. Now he's looking for a second. Manages to pick it up and the bomb.
Yeah, huge frag from Wayne Camel there. MGS fan spotting the man behind him with the USPS. I guess he was against the CC75, but still, great stuff from him, showing his prowess in that highway zone. So now Revenant, who looked like they were on the verge of a comeback, now it looks like they're struggling to even get off the ground.
Critical that they didn't win that first game. They really had a big chance to get it early on, especially when they pulled it up to 12-12. May cost them now, especially because they are getting steamrolled at the moment.
Yeah, Cucks and Taters definitely showing that they're not going to lose 2-1. They definitely won a 2-0 series to start things off, and MCrew also starting things off big, but Dr. Hippo busts back with 2 of his own.
He's the only one doing anything right now. That's the big killer, though. Admiral's coming in to support as well. But there's the spray down from heaven by MGS fan.
Yeah, that was a crazy spray. Is Adderall going to catch him out, though? Oh, he whips out the nade at the worst possible time. He gets the flick, though, and MGS falls. Candy Klutz, the only person towards B site. Nade comes out, but if this plant goes out quick, it's going to be a very tough retake.
He's got the 1v2. Let's see what Adderall can do. The flash doesn't hit him, but he didn't see that it came from lower.
Now this defensive play might come around to bite them. Candy Klutz not pushing in even when the angle would be so perfect. Wing Camel, however, with the clever positioning and checkers. Let's see if this crossfire works out.
He does get the easy. Nice rat-a-tat-tat back at the back of the zone and takes it down.
See, that's where the defensive play comes in handy. At first, she didn't quite have the aggression needed to take him at the odd angle. However, the fact that they were willing to wait, just sit there and wait for the crossfire to form, especially with that clever positioning from Wing Camel, secured them that round. 7-1, this is looking like a bloodbath for Revenant.
We do have a drop here, but I don't see a timeout from what I see. It looks like appears to be a 4v5 for Revenant.
Dr. Hippo says we're just going to keep going. Looks like Wing Camel is pulling himself out. Either way, double up setup for Cucks and Taters. 1 towards B side, 1 towards A, and that immediately pays off. Dr. Hippo goes down.
He's been pushing that point the last couple of times now, and it finally really pays off for him.
Yeah, that aggressive play not working out the way he wants it to. Now, it's worth noting, by the way, that the losers of this match, which are most likely going to be Revenant, they will fall to lower bracket. This is a double elimination tournament. They still have their way to claw themselves back to grand finals and win those fabulous prizes we talked about earlier. It looks like that's how they're going to have to win if they win it all. So now, 2v5, Revenant not looking hot.
Looks like they're trying to wait for the smoke to dissipate, but there's a lot of spam still coming that direction from Winged Camel. He's sitting on the AK. They get spotted out here.
Oh, he catches the rotate from Adderall.
Wiki, he's moving to the corner. He knows where the other one is.
Winged
Says, I want the double.
So aggressive, and that's not something we're used to seeing from Cucks and Taters. We saw there that Dr. Hippo was suited to kind of contest towards quad. He wasn't really ready for the squeaky peek. But then when it came through, it cost him not only his own life, but also that of his teammate. 13k in the bank for Winged Camel right now. He could be buying ops for the other team if he felt like it.
Cucks and Taters getting themselves potentially in an interesting position because right now they're starting to play a little bit more loose, or at least that's the way it felt last round. They lose MGS fan there early, but Candy Plus picks up one, now two in the mid to cover for it.
Really aggressive peeking there, and insane aggression from Candy Klutz. Are you really going to peek Squeaky when you know they have an op? But instead she actually wins the duel. Only 48 left on Gideon. That's one chest shot away from death.
And there's some spam.
Spots him out. M-Crew going huge. Now it's just Dr. Hippo in the 1v4. Not much to his
They
name.
have bomb down now. And Epic Sock Zebra comes around from the flank and says thank you.
9-1. Cucks and Taters just dominating in this game. Unfortunately, wait, hold up. Is it still true? Oh my god, it is still true. Still, M-Crew has more kills than the rest of the enemy team combined.
Could be interesting here, especially if Candy Klutz and Epic Sock can pick up a few extra here. If they gain themselves some nice confidence, because there's just... Why? I mean, you do obviously want to win, but we all know how we all are.
Yeah, you're winning 9-1. You got to play a little bit more aggressive after that. It's worth noting, though, that their kills are not numerous, but they are impactful, like that double peek we saw from Candy Klutz. And Gideon might get picked up by Winged Camel, and the shot goes wide, catching him. Candy Klutz picks up one of her own.
Looking for another one for that slow. Gonna see him come out, and does pick up Magic.
The walking AK.
Now it's Hippo and J-Bomb with the bomb.
They're anticipating this. He doesn't get the shot up, no jiggle peek either, but he manages to get another one and takes down Dr. Hippo. Bad stuff from him, but...
Let's go on. Does pick up J-Bomb.
Yeah, look at this.
Said, timely.
One kill.
Not numerous, but timely.
Yeah, it's the big impact plays like that that really can make or break rounds for the team. Now the entirety of Revenant is tied with M-Crew in the kills. I want to see if he can actually pull this off. Get more kills than the rest of the enemy team combined. A Negev buy from Gideon. Looks like he's or is that the M249. I think the Negev is banned actually. So M249 it looks like from him. He's rattling it off.
Camel's gonna be the only one in the zone here. Quickly we see Candy Klutz rotating. And there's
through
the
the
spam
smoke.
from Camel. He gets two, gets Hippo and Adderall.
Takes down J-Bomb.
Down.
Doesn't get Magic. Separated by that smoke. He has a difficult time finding the angle, but it looks like Magic might be able to get the bomb down unless the CT says something to say, but then a ton of fire! Combine that with the team damage from J-Bomb, and, well, he falls quick. Max money for Winged Camel, Epic Sock Zebra, and Candy Klutz here. Not to mention M-Crew. I mean, what do you do? It looks like they've already given up at this point. They're not even going to buy real guns.
I mean, I felt it was pretty well over when they said they weren't going to pause when they had a DC.
Yeah, that's that morale drop. But 11-1. Maybe they're just going to try their luck in the loser's bracket. Hopefully not run into Cucks and Taters later down the line.
Or try and adjust their strategies. Who knows? Maybe they're rolling something back.
Yeah.
J-Bomb manages to get improved.
Gideon takes one of his own, too.
They're up 4-3 now. Let's see if they can get something out of it. At least get a second round. But there's the bomb down. Adderall takes MG's fan out.
So far, they're trading pretty evenly. But very little
Adderall's
HP
low
on them.
HP, though.
Yeah, so is Gideon as well. 12 to both. Now, Magic is really going to have to kind of carry the team.
But they've got the A side, and B's not even close.
Planning for A main. Hopefully trying to cover the rotate as well. Candy Klutz moving in towards Highway. And Zebra towards Long, or towards Struck, rather. Let's see what they can make of it. Candy Klutz does have that up, or excuse me, Epic Sock Zebra's got that up, so he's able to control most of the site, and he might be able to spot Gideon right out. Oh, but this confidence might be his undoing.
There's no peeking.
Yeah, Candy Clutch managed to spot him.
Oh!
Insane no-scope from Epic Cucks. Zebra takes down Magic and pretty much secures this round unless Adderall gets this insane peek. Oh my god, they're playing hide and seek with each other.
Manages to pick one. Let's see if there's enough time from Candy Clutch. 5, 4,
4,
3. He's got it.
2,
Just barely does
1.
he have it.
Ooh, the light was turning white, but it's not enough. Candy Clutch takes it down and takes it up to 12-1 against Revenant in Game 2 of this best of 3.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that this was Cucks and Taters map.
I would make the assumption too. Things are just not looking good for Revenant. Ooh, a little taser buyout. I think Revenant, you know, they were buying M249s and Deagles now, but now they actually have guns. Maybe they can just try to get a little bit better of a scoreline. But not if they play like that.
3. And
Revenant
again, he
might be
just
able to
continues
spot
to go
MGS.
that same spot every time. He's just sitting there in his sight and says, come get it.
I think now that Revenant is playing like total madmen, they're actually picking up some kills that they wouldn't have got before. However, that carelessness is going to cost Magic his life. Epic Sock Zebra with the no-scope doesn't work out for him this time. His streak of luck is ending, and now it's just Adderall in the 1v3. Might be able to spot him crew. And indeed he does, but the man rotating through Garage might spot him out too. He's got that angle towards Z. There it is. Good spray control from Wing Camel. Secures 13th round for Cucks and Taters. Oof, a little bit of BM.
So much money they could eat. All of them right now could buy an up and drop it on the ground.
MGS fans, worth noting, the insane fragger from last game that we thought was going to get a 40 bomb, only 11 and 7, but I guess M Crew's just gobbling up all the kills. Wing Camel, 17 and 5, pretty impressive from him as well.
Well, I think it's a good thing as well, you know, let him restock the well a little bit in case you need him to go big in a later game.
He's charging up, Super Saiyan.
Here's the heavy rush. Trying to get down, finally taking down Epic Sock Zebra. They should be able to get the plant before anybody can get there.
Yeah, Zebra's really
trying to come through checkers.
Zebra's really aggressive push with the out there was unfortunately his undoing, and just to get taken down. And it looks like Revenant might be able to end this 2-16. This last round of the half, they have no reason to not buy anything. J-Bomb spots him out, and now Candy Klutz in the 1v3. We've seen impact frags from her before. Can she make 3 more?
Walks through the smoke and eats a few rounds from Magic, and there is the second round for Revenant there.
Yeah, GH called out by both teams. Both kind of just unfortunately aware of the situation as we get ready for the second half. Yeah, MGS, my motivation is gone. Oh, Nip lost, so my motivation's gone. Oh, ninjas in pajamas. Get Right's never going to leave that team. Once you get a tattoo of the team you're on, you can't leave. You know? That's it. So as we're getting ready for the second half, any major predictions? Think we're going to end this 16-2. I'm saying we're going to end at 16-4. I think they're going to win pistol and then another round after that.
Okay. I'll be interested to see.
But just
I
a quick
think with
reminder.
Cucks and Taters, I think they're going to crash into sights too heavily. I think they're going to win pistols.
So according to Twitch chat and Cursed ATX, Revenant is a CT-sided team. We can only hope that that's the case here. But it seemed like they've already kind of given up a little bit. So we're going to have to take a look at how they can kind of manage that morale. Because it's not just here, it's also the lower bracket you got to worry about. Once you get stomped this hard, it's tough to come back, even in other games.
Here we go live. Second half, the second game here.
Pretty conservative buys out here, seeing mostly armor. Maybe a little bit of utility, maybe another gun, but so far nothing. P250 in the hands of Magic, along with a frag and a flash. Hopefully going to use that to maybe go for the site retake. But again, mostly armor on most of these teams. We see the defuse kit on Adderall. Revenant taking a page out of Cucks and Taters' playbook here. And as the bomb head towards B, let's see if they can respond appropriately.
We see a super heavy rush, all 5 pushing together.
Oh, Dr. Hippo turns us back at just the wrong time, and that gives them rain over sight.
Nobody
Dr. Hippo
left in
takes
sight.
down one.
Evan's trying to peek out. J-Bomb looking for one. He gets one.
Yeah, Crew and J-Bomb both duking it out a little bit.
Back
But
and forth. Adderall pops out, picks out 2.
Adderall with the insanely
Retake
aggressive
sight.
play.
And there's the wow. Well called.
All right, good stuff. I had a feeling they were going to win pistol round. They did really well on some of the eco rounds in the on the last map, so good start from them. And fantastic team play there on that site retake. They only had 2 angles to come at from, but they used them so effectively that they managed to take down 3 before they even realized where they were coming from. So now rifles in the hands of Revenant. M4 for Adderall, UMPs, M4 as well for J-Bomb, but UMPs for the rest, and plenty of utility. Meanwhile, Cucks and Taters, they're eating scraps.
They're eating scraps, but once again, they're sticking together. Looks like they're going to try A this time, just see what they can pull off. Maybe trying to peek over mid, but that's going to cost them. J-Bomb's looking. He gets a little bit of a spray.
Yeah, the Deagle's the only pistol that can reliably do any damage at that range.
Down. Now Wing Camel tries his luck, and he goes down, taken down by Gideon.
Yeah, rough stuff. Another 2v4. He does manage to take down J-Bomb and put damage on Gideon. And these CZ75s, we've seen how potent they can be. But now they gotta go get that bomb. That thing's falling into mid, and the M4 now and their other teammates, and Magic gets the flank on both Candy and Zebra, dropping before the steal of Magic.
Revenant certainly showing at least some signs of life here now, winning a few rounds.
Cucks and Taters, however, is going to be able to afford some rifles, and those AKs so damn powerful on these long sight lines. Just one click and you're done, and Revenant's got that in their head. No upgrades, though, sticking with the UMPs. That's going to be rough against the armored opponents. So let's see how the defense fans out. Pretty standard here, except for the 2 towards mid. Both J-Bomb and Gideon heading there, hoping to get some early frags from that aggression.
Looks like we're finally getting a split from Cucks and Taters now as they kind of trying to boost one. I do believe Epic Sock Zebra is boosted up. And we've got Winged Camel sitting in that short A entrance. But nobody's committing to anything yet. Bombs chilling in the garage.
Yeah, definitely some defensive play here. We might see something cheeky from MGS fan, though, over towards Sun. Definitely just watching for the rotate. It looks like they're lurking as Winged Camel head towards A, towards Squeaky, and there's only 1 man left on site. Trades in mid. Dirty spray from M-Crew takes down J-Bomb, and MGS picks up one of his own. And now the 2v4 against Cucks and Taters.
They could potentially take the B side here, but they don't currently have the bomb with them right now. So we've got Candy Klutz, MG's fan, and M-Crew all on the bomb site here, trying to fight off Dr. Hippo. He's got the UMP-45 against AKs. And there's some help from Heaven. Max jumps in.
Bad position, maybe a result of communication. And again, those UMPs against that armor, they just don't do enough damage. We saw, I believe it was Gideon on CTs. He got shot like, he shot Cucks and Taters players like, what, 16 times in that round? And they were still all at 22 HP. It just doesn't do any damage against armored opponents.
And of course, those AKs having absolutely no issue with shredding anything going on there.
So now we see a pretty full buyout, and a little bit sparse in the utility from Revenant, and no op on the side of Cucks and Taters, but heading in for this super aggressive peek towards A main. J-Bomb, is he going to find anyone?
Magic's going to find
does.
one.
They spot 2. Magic takes one down, and now they got the refrag a little bit sooner than they expected thanks to that positioning, but deciding to call it quits. They got their frags, and they're going back.
Revenant feeling very confident now. Saw a lot of aggression out of them there now. They're going to have one coming out of Squeaky. Winged Camel's starting to head that way.
That smoke is going to cause a problem for him, though. Doesn't want to go out if he's going to be so exposed, and Magic is in the perfect position to catch this if they decide to burst through. Good stuff from MGS. Puts down Gideon and Vents. This is looking just a little bit more even. 3v5, but MGS, Camel, and Klutz are some of the best players that Cucks and Taters has to offer. M-Crew, they're big fraggers down, but in terms of positioning and impact, these are the 3 players you want in the clutch situation. As Adderall move towards Z, looks like they're trying to get the bomb just anywhere other than mid.
Magic covering Catwalk. He's about to have 2, but they run up on him. Winged Camel takes him down.
They might be able to catch Adderall. Yeah, as they head towards Struck. Oh, he's unable to get the shot off, and MGS takes one for himself. Let's see if Candy Klutz can finish it off with this team clutch situation as Dr. Hippo is the last man standing on Revenant's side. Winged Camel too greedy, takes it for himself, but fantastic stuff. What looked like an unwinnable situation is solved by Cucks and Taters. 3v5 supplemented by Winged Camel's 3-piece. Alright, well, this is pretty much over. We see the eco on Revenant. First scout picked up, I think, that we've seen in this series. Falling a little bit out of favor.
There's nothing to lose at this point, so surprised they didn't buy more.
Yeah.
I guess they did. They spent down to $200.
Maybe a decoy or 2 could have supplemented their pockets, but either way, Adderall and Dr. Hippo holding this angle in a very clever way.
Take
It's
some
not enough.
spam through the smoke, though. Adderall and Gideon both go down. Dr. Hippo gets one from Checkers, but then he falls himself. Magic's coming around. He makes
Magic
his way
spots
up high mid.
It's not enough though. So this is pretty much going to be it. I mean, we've seen some incredible clutches so far, including 1v3s on the earlier map, but Magic's in such a tight zone here. They know exactly where he is. They know exactly where to go.
And there's the planet A. They run away. And there's the round for Cucks and Taters, 16-4, and they're going to take this match 2-0 here in the first round of the Road to DreamHack Austin.
Yeah, MK Crew and Winged Camel, they're so powerful in terms of their fragging ability. We saw 23 and 8 from Winged Camel, and a similar scoreline from a couple of the other players. So obviously, this wasn't a total stomp. We saw the 16-4 scoreline, not bragging or anything. But fantastic stuff from Cucks and Taters, and they are going to go on to face, I believe, either Potato Skins or Hokago Tea Time.
I do have to give you the great call. You did give the 16-4, and it was straight up on that.
Well, either way, they've got plenty of challenge waiting for them in upper bracket round 2. But until that game, stay tuned.